Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to click that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. I'd like to give a special thanks to Homestead Hyundai for giving me time with the 2022 Hyundai Sonata inline. If you're in the market for a Hyundai, you can come check out Homestead Hyundai and they will get you into a new or pre-owned vehicle. But let's talk about pricing here for the Sonata inline. Starting price is $33,750, including the options also with destination. This one stickers for $35,585. But let's talk about the front styling here for the Hyundai Sonata inline. Looking at the exterior styling here of the Sonata inline, Hyundai did not disappoint with the exterior styling. This looks better compared to any other Sonata in the Sonata family, in my opinion. You guys let me know in the comment section what you guys think about that comment. But as you guys can see, this one is painted in this beautiful shade of white. It looks really good with the gloss black trim. Looking at these headlights here, these are a multi-reflector LED headlight with an LED turn signal. This is the daytime running light. It actually integrates into this chrome piece here that wraps around the whole window trim. We'll talk about that once you get to the side profile. Looking here at the front grille, very aggressive grille. There's the Hyundai logo front and center for the adaptive cruise control, and there's the inline badge here. There's no full-on N, so I think Hyundai should have just rebadged it and called this the N model, because this is the most fast production Sonata that Hyundai makes as of this filming. Aggressive front lip splitter here. As you guys can see, all this is functional here to put an air curtain over the brakes and wheels. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the exterior styling. But looking at the side profile here, this has a 111.8 inch wheelbase with an overall length of 192.8 inches. So really good proportions here in the mid-sized sedan segment here. Looking at these tires and wheels here, one of the best rim design in my opinion on the Sonatas in general. These are a 245/40 P0 all-season tire. So they're a summer tire. If I'm not mistaken, they're wrapped in this 19-inch rim design. The rim design is one of the best in the Sonata family. I like the Y-spoke or multi-spoke that Hyundai throws here on the inline version of the Sonata. There's the inline badge here on the side fender. Also with this gloss by mirror cap, LED side marker. And my model does have this black painted panoramic sunroof here. It looks really good with the contrast white and black theme. There's some chrome trim on the actual door handles here. More of that chrome wraps around the window wells. They're very aggressive body panel here towards the rear of the vehicle. Looking at the taillights here, going to be an LED combination, incandescent turn signal, LED brake lights. There's these little vortex generators here for more downforce. That's also the Hyundai logo here and this Sonata name, which is spelled out. Looking down here at the lower part of the rear bumper, it's going to be incandescent lights for the reverse lights. There is quad tip exhaust back here, aggressive rear diffuser, of course, and the trunk release button is integrated on top of the H. Once it opens up, it reveals 16 cubic feet of space. It's not the largest in the segment. That still belongs to the Honda Accord, which has 16.7 cubic feet of space, which this vehicle is just lacking 0.7 of that cubic feet. Underneath here, Hyundai does give you a temporary spare tire instead of a fix-a-flat kit. You can also fold the seats down to do a 60-40 split. Sitting in the interior of the Hyundai Sonata inline, I like this light gray interior here. It looks really good with the white and black exterior. There's also red stitching, also some dark chrome throughout this interior here. We're reaching over here to shut the door of the Sonata. Starting out the vehicle, foot on the brake, of course, and press the start button right there. You guys are greeted by this very bright and high definition 12.3 inch display. Let's talk about the materials here on the door panel. It's gonna be a soft touch ejection molded plastic. This also has a Bose audio sound system. Very cat-like theme here to the actual door handle, just like the exterior styling of this vehicle. Unfortunately, there is no heads-up display. You might have to go for a different trim level if you guys want that feature, if Hyundai does offer that. It is auto up and down only for the driver and passenger. Your window controls, lock controls are here. Your dimmer switch, lane keeping assist, electronic parking brake, your traction control is there, trunk release button. There's also the hood latches down there. Additional cup holder and storage space here. This area is going to be well padded. I like the way that it feels, especially if you're going on a long road trip. Still not a big fan of the multi-spoke steering wheel, but it is growing on me, guys. Just give me a few more videos to, let the steering wheel design grow on me. There's also paddle shifters here, nice red stitching. The nice gray is shown here on the actual steering wheel. The materials on the dash, soft touch ejection molded plastic, more of that dark chrome around the air vent there. There's the Hyundai logo. Your driver assistance controls are here. Your volume and voice controls are there. There's the N badge here on the lower part of the steering wheel. I'm surprised Hyundai didn't put a flat bottom wheel design here. This is a 10.25 inch display there. It does have these illuminated things like your map, nav, favorite button. There is a volume knob here. Also on this side is radio, media, sync, track, and setup. Going here to the display here for the Apple CarPlay. It's very bright screen here. There's your Evans down here. It has a button. This does have dual climate control. Unfortunately, the N version is only limited to heated seats. There's some cool seats. You guys have to go for a different trim level if you want cool seats. Unfortunately, Hyundai just limits it to heated seats, not ventilated seats. There's a 12-volt wireless phone charger, USB port, putting the vehicle into reverse. As you guys can see, you're greeted by this backup camera. There's trajectory with distance marker. There's no top-down 360 view. And unfortunately, you guys cannot scan around the vehicle like in other products that Hyundai offers. There's a N for neutral, D for drive. There's an N logo here around the shifter. You press P for park. Your drive mode selector here, which shows you normal, sport, sport plus. Sport plus does turn off the traction, and this vehicle does have launch control. Hyundai says 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds, which is just super impressive. And you can customize this display to your liking by pressing this button here. There is a compass, also tire pressure, your gauges, and your driver's assistance tech is there. There's an auto hold, 2 cup holders. And this is the key fob here for the vehicle. Traditional Hyundai key. There's a lock, unlock, remote start, trunk release, panic button. And these seats here, they're exclusive only to the inline version. There's the in badge here. They're aggressively bolstered. I like the nice suede Alcantara inserts. There's red piping and red stitching here. And above me, there's this large panoramic sunroof here. It does let light and air into the cabin once you open up this sunroof. Unfortunately, I wish Hyundai would have offered a digital rearview camera mirror. That would have been a nice tech touch for this vehicle. Open up the glove compartment. It does offer a good storage in there. But overall, this cabin is very modernized. I like the way that this cabin looks. I like the nice tech here. And also, this vehicle just feels so cozy in the interior. Getting into the back seat of the Hyundai Sonata Inline, open up the rear door. As you guys can see, this vehicle does offer a lot of space for it to be a family sedan. But getting back here, as you guys can see, plenty of foot space underneath the driver's seat. And it's also 34.8 inches of legroom here in the back seat of the Sonata Inline. Keep in mind, the Honda Accord offers 40.4 inches of legroom, which is best in class. Looking at the materials here on the door panel, it's going to be a soft touch ejection molded plastic with this dark chrome trim, just like the front fascia of this vehicle with the catfish-like daytime running light, or the catfish-like front fascia. There's nice red stitching here, additional cup holder and storage space. This area is going to be nice and padded. Like I mentioned, really nice materials. There's only one mat pocket back here for storage. There's rear air vents. There's also one USB charging port. The floor back here is not flat, but you can fit 3 people across. I'm surprised to see this hump here because this is a front wheel drive vehicle. And above me, there's this large panoramic sunroof here to let light and air into the cabin once it's open. The seats are very aggressively bolstered back here. I like the nice suede Alcantara inserts. Pulling this armrest down here, it does reveal 2 cup holders. I'm surprised that Hyundai did not throw red seat belts here on the inline version. Maybe you guys could probably do it aftermarket. But overall, the back seat of the Hyundai Sonata Inline does feel very spacious. Let's talk about the powertrain specs here for the Hyundai Sonata Inline. Open up the hood. Let's look at this beautiful powertrain here. This is a 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. This powertrain makes 290 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque. It's hooked up to an 8-speed wet dual clutch. I'm going to emphasize the wet part because this dual clutch is just paired so beautiful with this 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Let's also talk about one of the gripes for this vehicle. It still remains front wheel drive. As for this current model year, Hyundai still does not offer all wheel drive. I think they should for a limited time to give this vehicle better launch control, because with it being front wheel drive, it can't put down the power and it will leave 2 black lines in the middle of the road. As the Sonata Inline sits here, this vehicle weighs in around 3,500 pounds. This is the same motor that's shared with the Kia K5 GT, also the Genesis GV70, the base powertrain. But in the Genesis, it is hooked up to an 8-speed torque converter automatic. I'm not sure if Genesis tunes it to be a little bit more soft tuning in a sense, because that is a luxury brand. But I noticed with the Genesis, it doesn't feel as peppy as this, maybe because of the weight and also the transmission tuning. Genesis uses a 8-speed torque converter automatic instead of the dual clutch, so I think Genesis should reconsider offering the dual clutch. It'll make that vehicle feel a little bit more faster than it already is. And also with the GV70, it does make 10 more horsepower because it is rear-wheel drive configuration. This one is front-wheel drive, so it does make 10 less horsepower at 290, like I mentioned. But let's talk about fuel economy by walking over here to the fuel door. I like the way that it has a nice satisfying click. But let's talk about fuel economy. This is rated to get 23 in the city, 33 on the highway, and 27 combined. So starting off in the 2022 Hyundai Sonata inline, this is the most powerful Sonata that you can buy as of today. This makes 290 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque. It is hooked up to an 8-speed wet dual clutch transmission, one of the fastest dual clutch that I have ever driven in a car. This dual clutch knows what right gear to be in. It's really good. Let's talk about visibility really quick. The dash is kind of low. I like this large infotainment system here. Is a 10.25-inch display. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but you have to use the USB cable. Unfortunately, Hyundai does not offer the wireless CarPlay on their larger screens. In the future, I've been told that they're going to offer it, but as of right now, they just don't. But you guys don't want to hear anything about tech. Let's just talk about the driving aspect of this vehicle. This thing drives freaking smooth. Right now I have it in its normal mode, and there's a couple of bumps here. Now you feel a little bit of it in the car, but let's come to a stop here and let's do the launch here. Hyundai makes it very simple. You turn off the traction control here. Everything is off. You put into a Sport Plus mode. Foot on the brake and accelerator. And I literally left two black marks in the road. This thing does a horrible job of putting the power down, but it is a good vehicle. I give it that, because no other vehicle in this segment will leave 2 black marks. And I'm excluding the K5 GT because that's basically the same car with just with the Hyundai logo not added to it. It's the same powertrain, and this dual clutch is just paired so beautiful. So if you guys want to have a sleeper as a family hauler, you can't go wrong with this car, because people would just not know. Even with, I'm sorry, this vehicle was literally cutting power. You kind of hear a little bit of the wheels chirping here. This also has the summer tires, if I'm not mistaken, or you guys can put summer tires once you guys purchase this vehicle. This also has lane keeping assist, active highway stare assist, so really good driver's assistance tech for a really good price. You really can't beat the price. I did test the Honda Accord 2.0 before. That 10-speed is really good, but the dual clutch is just so much better compared to that 10-speed auto that Honda has. But they are really good rivals when it comes to a race. I've seen it on YouTube. The Honda will literally blow this out of the water, but not by a lot. But the Honda is still really good. But the Sonata, honestly, guys, you just really can't compare the two, because this dual clutch is just so much better than that 10-speed auto. This also has the Bose audio sound system. It sounds pretty good. The materials in here are very premium, very upscale, and the seats here, they're unique to the inline. You can't get these seats on any other model of or any other trim level in the Sonata family. You have to go for the inline, and Hyundai does limit cool seats to other trims, because in this model you only get heated seats, so no cool seats, unfortunately. So you guys really want the ventilated seats or cool seats, you have to go for a different trim level. But this vehicle just drives so good, and it's just a really good powertrain. The power delivery is good. Like I mentioned, it makes 290 horsepower, 311 pound-feet of torque. And let's talk about the driver assistance. It does have lane keeping assist, also highway stare assist, blind spot monitoring, foreclosure warning, also rear cross traffic alert, so it will put on the rear brakes for you if it senses that you're not paying attention. And this vehicle just drives so smooth. For this to be a performance family hauler, this thing literally takes off like a freaking rocket ship once you set the launch control. And it does a really good job of just basically moving this 3,500 pound vehicle out of its way. But it does a horrible job, like I mentioned, of putting the power down. It does not do a good job because it's feeding over 200 plus horsepower to the front wheels, and it's just kind of overwhelming the front wheels. Also with the torque, which is very rich at 311 pound-feet. But like I mentioned, if you guys are looking for a sleeper vehicle and you want to smoke someone and they don't know anything about the Sonata inline, the Sonata inline is really going to be a really good pick, because like I mentioned, great power. it just doesn't do a good job of putting the power down. 0 to 60, believe it or not, 5.2 seconds. So good 0 to 60 timing. But also, but one more thing, I'm just super speechless because I just like the performance of this car. I'm not sure if I like the K5 GT or I like the Sonata inline, but there's like a match because you do get certain things that you guys can't get on the K5 that you can get on the Sonata. Like you get this fully digital display. You can't get that on the K5. So if you guys like really good tech, the inline is not going to disappoint. And the seats, to me, they feel a little bit more aggressively bolstered compared to the K5 GT that I can remember. But we're going to try to do another launch control because why not? And I just like seeing the 2 black marks that this car kind of leaves on the road, which is super funny because there's just so much power feeding the front wheels. Like I mentioned, Hyundai just makes it very simple for you to do the launch control. Just come to a stop, foot on the brake and accelerator. This is a really good powertrain. I just wish they would offer all-wheel drive. So Hyundai, if you're watching this video, please reconsider offering all-wheel drive because this vehicle really would need it. And I think you could get this vehicle in the low 4.9 second range if it did have all-wheel drive because, you know, all-wheel drive kind of helps put the power down. And with this feeding the front wheels, it's really not doing a good job. But you guys can get all-wheel drive in the non-in version or inline version of this vehicle. So keep that in mind if you guys really want all-wheel drive. You can also get a hybrid powertrain. Let's talk about fuel economy really quick. 23, 33, 27. So 23 city, 33 highway, and 27 combined. So the gas mileage is not bad compared to any other Sonata. But if you guys want better fuel economy, you have to go for the hybrid powertrain, which is rated to get over 30 plus miles per gallon. So that's not bad. They don't offer a plug-in variant, but it is really nice that they offer a hybrid model to compete with the other competitors in this segment. After spending time with the 2022 Hyundai Sonata inline, as you guys seen from the driving scene, and like I mentioned, this vehicle will leave 2 black lines in the middle of the road because that front wheel drive launch is just super crazy. And unfortunately, as of this filming, like I mentioned, Hyundai does not offer all-wheel drive. I wish Hyundai would consider offering all-wheel drive. This would give this vehicle a better launch. But if you guys are looking for the ultimate burnout machine as a family hauler, this Sonata inline will not disappoint. But hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at DriveOnReviews. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next video.